Right now, Toyota dealers barely have to negotiate at all. 10 of the 25 fastest-selling cars in America are Toyotas. A Corolla sits on a lot for about 2 weeks. A Camry, about the same. So if you walk in asking for a deal, you usually get a polite smile and nothing else. But there are 3 Toyota sedans almost nobody is buying. One of them has lost close to half its sales in a single year. Another gets outsold by its own cheaper cousin. And the third one, most people over 55 have never even heard of it, even though it was practically built for them. Here's the strange part. The reasons regular buyers walk right past these 3 cars have almost nothing to do with quality. 2 of them are better suited to an older driver than the Camry everyone's fighting over. I'm going to walk you through all 3, what they cost, what they're actually good at, and who should skip each one, because one of these has a real problem that makes it wrong for a lot of you watching. Number 1 is the one that surprised me most. Before we begin, let me ask you something. If a brand new Toyota has been sitting on a dealer lot for months, do you assume there's something wrong with it? Hit the like button if you'd want to know the real answer, because that's exactly what we're uncovering today. Quick note on how I ranked these. I'm not going by which one is cheapest or which one looks best in photos. I ranked them by how well they fit the way most of us actually drive after 55. Short trips, grocery runs, doctor visits, the occasional long drive to see family. And I'm keeping one thing at the top of the list the whole way through. Can you get in and out of it without hurting? Because a car you dread climbing into is a car you stop driving. Let's start at number 3. The Toyota Corolla Hybrid. The regular gas Corolla is flying off lots. The hybrid version is not. Toyota sold about 12,000 of them in the first 3 months of 2026, and that's down more than 16% from the year before. Why? Mostly confusion. People go looking for a small Toyota hybrid, see the Corolla Cross crossover sitting next to it, and buy that instead. Same price neighborhood, sits higher, looks like an SUV. The little sedan gets skipped. But look at what you're skipping. It starts around $25,000, which makes it the cheapest hybrid Toyota sells. It'll do about 50 miles per gallon. And here's what 50 miles per gallon actually means when you're on a fixed income. If you're driving 8,000 miles a year, you're spending somewhere around $40 a month on gas. That's a phone bill, not a car payment. Maintenance runs low too. There's no timing belt to replace. The brakes last much longer than you'd expect because the hybrid system does a lot of the slowing down for you. Brake jobs on a hybrid Corolla are rare in the first 100,000 miles. For 2026, Toyota made blind spot monitoring standard on every trim. Every single one. That's the little light in your side mirror that warns you someone's beside you. If your neck and shoulders don't turn the way they used to, that one feature takes a lot of stress out of changing lanes. Now the honest part. The 2026 Corolla missed the top safety award from the insurance industry's testing group. It scored well almost everywhere, but it came back marginal on one crash test, the one that measures how well the back seat protects passengers. If you regularly have grandkids riding behind you, that's worth knowing before you sign anything. And it's a small car. The doors are small. You're sitting low. If your hips or knees give you trouble, this one is going to bother you. Skip this one if you've got real mobility issues or you haul people in the back seat often. Buy it if you're mostly driving alone. You want the lowest running cost of anything on this list, and you plan to keep it 12 years. Quick question for you. If you're driving a Corolla Hybrid right now, what's your real-world mileage? Not the sticker. The number your car actually shows you. I read every comment. Number 2 is the Toyota Prius. And this one has fallen off a cliff. Through the first 5 months of 2026, Toyota sold about 15,000 of them. Same stretch last year, 30,000. The sales have been cut nearly in half. The regular hybrid Prius is now getting outsold by the Corolla Hybrid, a car that costs $3,500 less. So what happened? Toyota redesigned it a few years back and made it look fast. Low nose, sloped roof, sharp angles. It won a lot of design awards. And it quietly pushed away a big chunk of the people who used to buy it. But the car underneath is remarkable. 57 miles per gallon. That's the highest number on this list by a wide margin. It holds about 64% of its value after 5 years, which puts it in the top 60 vehicles sold in America for holding value. Maintenance is under $300 a year, and it earned a top safety award for 2026. So this is a car with world-class fuel economy, world-class resale, cheap upkeep, and a top safety rating, and demand for it fell off a cliff because of how it looks. That should be the easiest recommendation I've ever made. It isn't, and I'd be doing you a disservice if I glossed over why. That low, sloped roof came at a cost. Reviewers who test cars for a living, people who climb in and out of 40 vehicles a month, say the roofline shrinks the door opening enough that it's easy to knock your head getting in. One reviewer flat out said the back seat doesn't work for anyone over 5'10". I want you to hear that clearly, because it matters more than the fuel economy. If you have arthritis in your knees or hips, if you've had a hip replaced, if you already brace yourself on the door frame when you get out of your current car, this is not your car. The $40 a month you save on gas will not be worth the way you feel getting out of it in a parking lot in February. Here's the catch, plain and simple. The Prius is a fantastic car for a mobile, healthy 60-year-old who mostly drives alone. It's the wrong car for anyone who's already fighting their vehicle to get out of it. Go sit in one before you fall in love with the numbers. Get in, get out, do it 3 times. And that brings me to number 1, the Toyota Crown. I'd guess most of you have never seen one. That's the whole point. Toyota sells about 10 Camrys for every 1 Crown. In a recent 45-day stretch, dealers moved roughly 700 of them nationwide. 700 in the entire country. Nobody's asking for it. And that's because almost nobody understands what it is. Here's what it is. When Toyota discontinued the Avalon, the big, quiet, comfortable sedan a lot of you or your parents drove for years, the Crown is what replaced it. Same job, different shape. Toyota just never explained that to anybody. Now here's the part that matters most for this channel. The Crown sits about 4 inches higher than a Camry. Consumer Reports puts it plainly. Passengers sit higher off the ground than in most cars, and that makes getting in and out easier. Your hip point is up around 25 inches. In plain English, you slide across into the seat instead of dropping down into it and hauling yourself back out. If you've spent the last few years thinking you'd have to buy an SUV just to get in and out comfortably, this is a sedan that solves that problem. It's a hybrid, so you're getting around 41 miles per gallon out of a big, quiet, comfortable car. All-wheel drive comes standard on every version, which is real peace of mind if you're dealing with snow or wet roads. Heated and ventilated front seats come standard too, not on the fancy trim, on the base one. Maintenance runs about $330 a year. The base version starts around $41,000, and dealers have been selling them somewhere around $2,600 under sticker on average, so there's a little room to talk. Now, the honest drawbacks, and there are 3 real ones. Resale is the worst on this list by far. It holds about 49% of its value after 5 years. That ranks 260th out of 400 vehicles. If you trade cars every 3 years, this will cost you real money. If you keep a car 10 or 12 years, which most of you tell me you do, that number stops mattering nearly as much. Insurance runs high, around $2,500 a year on average, and the headroom is tight. Owners over about 5'10" report having to drop the seat down or lean the seat back further than they'd like. The hip point is generous. The ceiling isn't. So who is this for? Somebody 5'9" or under, with knees or hips that complain, who wants an Avalon-style ride and plans to keep the car a long time. For that person, I don't think there's a better sedan on the market right now. Skip it if you're tall, or you trade cars often. Let me leave you with the thing I actually want you to take away. An unpopular car isn't a bad car. Sometimes it just means the styling scared people off, or the marketing was lazy, or everyone got distracted by an SUV parked next to it. None of those things affect whether the car will start on a cold morning 11 years from now. Toyota was ranked the most reliable brand in America again for 2026. That doesn't change based on how many people walk past a particular model. So here's what I'd ask you to do before you buy anything. Go sit in it. Get in. Get out. Do it 3 times, in the clothes you actually wear, with the coat on. That 30 seconds will tell you more than any review, including mine. If this helped you think about it differently, hit subscribe. I put out honest breakdowns like this every week. No dealership talk, no hype. And I read the comments myself. And if you know somebody who's shopping right now, a spouse, a neighbor, a friend at church who keeps saying they need a new car, send them this one. It might save them a few $1,000s and a lot of sore knees. Tell me in the comments which of the three you'd actually buy. I want to know if I got number one right. Drive safe out there. I'll see you in the next one.